Nice to see you. I'm so glad you could join me tonight because you made time in your busy, stressful schedule. I have heard so many people, my kids included, after growing up and finding that, yes, there is a lot more to do in the holidays when you're a grown up. So I know it's been kind of crazy for you. And a lot of times this is what we feel like doing to the person in front of us at the line at Starbucks or something. So hopefully these tips will be able to give you a way to reel back a bit and get more comfortable during this holiday season. So one of the things that we do a lot of times is because we're running around and it's not hot outside, it's cooler outside, is we don't drink as much water as we should. And when our body is not running as smoothly, it needs hydration to run smoothly. And so when we're thirsty, we can get cranky. So I always was curious. I thought, I shouldn't need as much as a 6'4", 300-pound guy of water. 8 ounces of water, 8 glasses of, that just seems crazy to me. So when I came across the tip that it's half your body weight in ounces, that made more sense. So if you weigh 120 pounds, you're going to want to drink 60 ounces a day. And I have honestly found that if I front load that water by drinking maybe 1 or 2 big glasses of water first thing in the day, that at least gets me started in the right direction if I don't have the time to stay with that. So if you're not drinking any alcohol, just drink half your body weight in ounces. But if you are adding alcohol to a party night or anything, then for every glass you drink, just add another glass of water to that. It's sometimes ask your hostess that you would like some water, and often they will get that for you. It's not always thought about, although it is more now than it used to be. So that will help for beginning things, but here you are, you're already feeling rather stressed. And what is, most of us will stand, if we're standing, we'll stand like the picture to the left. You stand there with your arms crossed, kind of wrapping you around. But try the picture on the right instead. You'll put your arm, one hand on your arm, on your, excuse me, let me start all over. Take your left hand and put it on your upper arm. Take your right hand and hold your elbow. And what this does is you sit there or stand there and you're talking to somebody who's starting to get annoying. This is going to balance your left and your right hand side. They're not even going to know that you are balancing yourself. And it doesn't actually have that same look necessarily as I'm closing you off. A lot of people are aware of the noticing of feeling closed off. So people are aware, well, you've got your arms crossed, so you must be nervous, you must not feel comfortable with me. But this is a different look. It's a lot more gentle. So just see what happens when you do this, even with the person that you're talking to. Because when you're more balanced, they too will be more balanced. We've always been at a party or at somewhere hanging out with a group, and there has been this one person that just starts to rub you the wrong way. And try this. It'll help. The other thing that you can do, and nobody's going to really notice that you're doing this, is breathe. And noticing how you breathe will tell you a lot. When you have a nice belly breath, when you're breathing through your breath, into your belly, you'll be more relaxed. It keeps you more centered. But when you're breathing in your just shallow breathing, it's a sign that you are holding pain at bay. So your body is in a more heightened state of awareness and protection when you're breathing shallowly. The third kind of breath that a lot of people run into is they just stop breathing altogether. They'll hold their breath. And what is that? That's shock. So your body is in shock when you're holding your breath. And there have been times that people have told me that they actually have to remind themselves to breathe. So when you notice that you're not breathing or you're breathing shallowly, become aware to breathe deep into your belly. And if you are in a stressful situation where you're in with people and you just can't like go someplace and scream or anything like that, breathing, nobody is going to be paying any attention to. And that kind of breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth creates that balance again, that inflow and the outflow on a regular rhythm into your belly and out. People around you will notice your breathing, and it will actually slow their breathing as well. Remember, everything we do affects those around us, just like everybody's attitude around us can affect us. But when you're aware, not a problem. So this is the third thing that you can do when you're feeling a little anxious, and that is to sway. You're standing there, and in fact, if you want, you can stand up and try this yourself, but you're just going to sway your hips in a figure eight. And it's very small, and even if you're just doing it in your head and just imperceptibly, just swaying, that swaying in the infinity symbol is another way to balance your left and right hemisphere. It also gives your body a feeling of comfort. It's like being in a hammock, and so your body can relax. So if you are on stage talking to somebody, standing in line and you're getting anxious about how long it's taking. Shoot, even some of these weather airport delays, you know, you're standing there and everybody around you is getting riled up, and you could do this even while you're sitting. You can just kind of sway in your seat. So we've got 3 things right now that you can do where they're imperceptible, and that's making sure you're drinking enough water. And if you must, hydrate more heavily earlier in the day. Yes, it'll flush your kidneys, but it's also going to help you on the track to stay hydrated for the day. Then the second thing was breathing. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, a deep belly breath. And the other one is just to do that figure eight sway. Super, super helpful. I'm even noticing a little bit of relaxation because I've been swaying while I've been talking to you guys. It's really kind of cool. So here's where you can contact me if you have any questions that you don't get answered tonight. And then we have a bonus for tonight as well. And this bonus, you're not going to want to do with a group around. It's fine if others are aware of what you're doing, but it's the balance of the heart and the head. And this may be something that you would want to do at night before you go to bed, so you have a more restful sleep if the day's been crazy, or in the morning before you even you know, on the side of your bed before you even get totally out of bed. You can do this because it's going to balance your head with your heart. And our heart and our head were actually connected when we were born. If you ever look at the pictures of fetuses, the head is all curled down and the brain and the heart are forming from the same, at the same time and from the same tissues. So this is a super, super tool to use. It's my go-to. It does take 90 seconds. So I'll start with the option if you cannot cross your legs, because this does take crossing your legs. This would be something you would be doing. You would take your hands in front of you, put your wrists over each other backwards. See how, as my hands are in the left, and then just touch your palms together and pull them in. So it's a kind of a little dove kind of hold. I believe I've seen that in yoga. They call it a dove hold. And then you will just cross your legs at the ankles. So that gets your body crossing on either side. But if you can cross your legs, this is what you might want to do. You'll take your right leg and put it over your left ankle. My mother used to call this the way men sit. So this is a man's way to cross legs. And so what you're going to do is you're going to cross your legs, right foot on left knee, and then you're going to take your left hand and put it on your right ankle, and your right hand and put it on the palm, on the, the sole of your foot. So basically, your legs and your arms are mirroring each other in the what's crossed over what. And the secret icing on the cake to this one is connecting the heart. This posture here is called the Wayne Cook posture from Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. And one of the things, I was listening to an interview with Joe Dispenza, and one of his practitioners stood up in the audience and mentioned that they had incorporated this Wayne Cook posture with some of the teachings from Joe Dispenza. And either one of those people, if you're interested in the power of energy, either one of those people are just amazing teachers. So the addition here is to close your eyes and breathe in this position and notice your heart. So just become aware of your heart as it's beating, and just keep your attention on your heart while you're in this position. And I'm going to time 90 seconds so you can experience it for the perfect amount of time. Very good. So that was 90 seconds. And you may have noticed a calmness settle over you. You may have even noticed some pulsing in a part of your body. And all that is a sign of is balancing. And if you can imagine how your day would go when you can begin your day with this centered sense about you, it's just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed that tip and had as much fun as I've had. I hope you have as much fun with these tools as I have. They have been a godsend in many, many situations. So take care and don't be a stranger.